Alright, this is for Electric Ink magazine. I'm Alex Moul, and we're going to start the questions for the Backyard Bandits, sort of whatever you want to call it.
Alright, Alex, where did the name Backyard Bandits originally start from?
Backyard Bandits came from like a time where, you know, we were getting a little bit older. I was skating a lot of backyards, and like, you know, and actually I was staying with Arto, and he's got a pool in his backyard, and loads of people were coming over, and basically, you know, lots of like top pros or whatever, they all come and skate, and I basically said, look at us, we're like backyard bandits, and you know, and we'd visit other like backyards and pools and ramps and what have you. So it kind of started from there, and I guess the more I said it, the more people sort of cottoned onto it, and then it sort of like turned into this little thing that we've got going on now.
Nice, nice. What does it mean to you to be BYB, and is it still the same quest now as it was when it began?
Yeah, well, because I don't know. I guess you know, it's not like you have to like backlip a 20 stair and roll, like sticking a fucking knife in your neck while you're doing it, you know what I mean, and whatever. It's more of a vibe with your mates. It's like when you grew up skating as a kid, you'd go out skating with your mates, and basically you'd have a good time, and if you learnt tricks, wicked, or if you landed tricks, wicked. If you didn't, it didn't matter, because you were your mates. There was no pressure and what have you. So it's kind of that sort of like lifestyle now. Like, you know, I'm getting a bit older and what have you, so like I don't want to be jumping down the biggest stuff and what have you, and you know, and I have fun with my friends, and I can still carry on and like have a good time with it. So basically, yeah. That's what it's about.
So it's more about like a scene thing, and
yeah, it's more of a lifestyle than it is like you know, sponsorship or whatever, or a brand or anything like that or whatever. It's just it's still searching for Animal Chin. You know, if any of the kids would even know about that, that's what it's all about. And yeah, lifestyle basically, full stop.
The love of being free.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing. Nice. So is it just skateboarders, or is it a lifestyle, being that the cycle of skateboarding is coming back again to be an underground?
Well, I guess that's to be determined. Like, I don't believe it's just for skateboarders. You know what I mean? It could be for anyone who's like into that sort of vibe. Like, you know, like the vibe is, like I said just before in the last question, like hanging out with people who you're good mates with and having a good time. It doesn't matter. You could be barbecuing. You could call yourself a backyard bandit. I don't care. Just buy the t-shirt.
Nice. Nice. So basically, it's just like it's like being a soul skater. Because you're out there basically just doing it for the love of being on your board, and fuck the big corporate shit.
Yeah, it's going back to like square one in a way. You know, like. Yeah, there was big skaters in the 80s and what have you, and all that, like the Bones Brigade and stuff like that, and that was cool, but they were skating backyard ramps then as well. I can't believe they didn't come up with the idea, you know, you know, it basically means, like, you don't have to be Nigel Houston, you don't have to do Street League, you don't have to do X Games, as long as you're enjoying yourself skating, and which we all, like, do, then just do that, and then you're basically going to have like a better time with all of it, you know what I mean? So
that's awesome. That's awesome. So basically, like, you know, the young kids that are coming in to see now, all they see is the Nijas and the big skaters with the big corporate sponsors and Audis and stuff, and basically it's just making it less intimidating for that young kid that just wants to go out there and be a part of something.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like the good thing about all X Games and Street League and whatever is televised. It's like opening up doors to like new kids and whatever, and new people to like come in and start skating. But you don't necessarily have to like do that. Well, I don't know. I've probably just said it before, but it's like the whole vibe is about like just having a laugh with your mates. You know?
Right. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, whatever. If you get really good, then that's going to come to you anyway, and you're going to get sponsored and all that stuff. Like, the one thing I hated about coming to California was like kids would go like, oh, how do I get sponsored? And I'd be like, just skate and have a fun time, and if you get good enough, it'll happen to you. But if it don't just have fun while you're doing it, you know what I mean? And that's sort of like the whole vibe behind it, really.
That's right. Good shit, Moul. We'll pause that for a second.
Yeah. Ask me that.
So, to you, are we a crew? Are we a team? Or is it more a lifestyle thing saying, fuck all you guys, that we don't need big ramps and indoor bowls that big corporate people put on? It's just more of a chill thing?
Yeah, it's more of like just having a good time, like, you know what I mean? We're sort of touching on the same thing again, I think. But, no, we're not a crew. Well, I mean, we are a crew, and that's sort of our thing, and we're sort of promoting that. But like, we're promoting have fun with skateboarding.
Awesome.
Like, don't go out and skate to try and be like the next Nigel Houston or something. Or if you can, wicked. But don't set that goal for yourself. Just have a good laugh with your mates. If you do become that good, then it'll happen for you. It's not like a thing where you set out to do it. There's a lot of mums and dads out there now who are like pushing their kids to like they almost think it's like, I don't know, American football or whatever. And like, if you push it enough, then you're gonna like do really good, or you're gonna break your arm, and then I'm gonna be bummed and say you got to go back to school and do this or whatever. You know.
So that's cool. So then that just takes all that pressure off of that kid, being that, when I was younger.
I didn't even know what sponsorship was when I got sponsored. Right. So like,
it's just the freedom, right? Like almost like we're the easy riders of skateboarding.
I was like, when I got sponsored, I didn't know what it was, and all of a sudden, like, I got free stuff, which is fucking cool, right? But like, at the end of the day, still didn't really know what I was doing, you know. And then all of a sudden, I got to travel around a bit with some other friends and like, and skate and whatever, which was really cool. But I didn't grow up skating to like accomplish that. It just, luckily it happened for me. But now, we're older and whatever, it's going back to the roots. It's like, I'm just doing it for me now. I'm not doing it for anyone else.
True love for the skate before you're getting.
I'm doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my own goals. And like, if I learn something new, the terminology like you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Well, that's fucking bullshit. I've learned a bunch in a week.
Those are old school sayings right there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
you broke the glass on that one.
All right.
That's right. Can you go through that when we get done? Like when you're. So, what happens in the future if the Backyard Bandits take off and they're in that big corporate bailing and doing all that corporate shit that you don't like and stuff? Are you going to jump aboard that ship, or are you going to stick with your scene being underground?
Well, everyone likes a bit of money. Do you know what I mean? Everyone needs rent paid and what have you, so that would be like cool. But I don't think it's really going to be like, I don't think it's going to blow up like that. But if people like our vibe and we like their vibe, that's good enough in a way. It's like real NIF, rich in lifestyle, not in funds. Like we're just portraying something, like we're trying to put the fun back into skating, or not even trying, actually, just doing that. Like, and whatever we put out, if people like it, brilliant. If they don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, so.
That's awesome. I mean, you're right, because there is people that come here on both realms of good and bad, and no one really cares or judges, and that's what the pressure off of the whole scene here is.
Well, that's the thing with us, like, like whether it be a backyard or in the streets or whatever, or wherever, I know obviously Backyard Bandits, we're like coined by that, but we do skate street and we do like fucking do all that stuff too. But it's sort of like it's like a thing where like excuse me, if kids come over and they're like, oh, I'm a bit scared, I don't want to skate the ramp or whatever, you'd be like, why not? Like, you've got this. And then everyone encourages each other. Everyone tries to push each other forward. What other sport does that? None. Every other sport is like, yeah, I'm going to beat you and you're going down. Not with skateboarding. Everyone encourages each other to go beyond and forward and better themselves.
As long as they're on a board, right?
Yeah, like or whatever you're doing. Like, I mean, the skateboard community is awesome in all sorts of ways. everyone helps each other out. Everyone like pushes each other to like better themselves. Like it doesn't matter whether you're on the board or off the board. And that's another thing that's sort of like to do with the backyard bandits type thing as well. Is like we're all a bunch of creative people, whether we be photographers, artists, web designers, skateboarders. Well, I mean, we all skate here at the BYB HQ. We all skate here, but everyone's like a collective sort of like unit of creative people who are like, this guy's good at this bloke's good at this, he's good at that. You know what I mean? You put it together, and basically, who knows what'll happen? Maybe it'll be a cool thing. Maybe it'll just be sort of something that people remember. You know what I mean? For the rest of their days, and nothing really happens with it. But that'd be good. At least we're fucking known like about it. You know what I mean? And we're trying to push that vibe. Like,
you may be like the next Picasso. Your vibe may be discovered and might even pop when you're gone and dead.
We might all be dead, and someone will find a Backyard Bandits T-shirt under the ground somewhere, under a buried ramp, and they'll be like, oh, I heard about these cunts back in the day.
Yeah, and also like, I know this is a question, but to me, like, I'm a Backyard Bandit, but I feel the same way when I'm surfing, and it's just like, to me, it's like you got the people who are the competitors and the competition people, that the stressful stuff, and then there's the soul people who don't do contests, the soul surfers, the soul skaters, and I think that's just what we are. We're just a bunch of people that just won't stop.
Won't stop, can't stop until you just can't do it anymore. Like as the hip hop saying says, you're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. I'm gonna ride the board till my legs fall off. So fucking there we are.
And then we'll be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and I'll be pulling wheelies in that cunt as well.
Oh yeah, Alex. Good shit, buddy.
Alright, what do you think? Is that enough, you think?